Spirit, the motivational journey of J.K. Rowling. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most inspiring stories of perseverance, resilience, and triumph over adversity, the incredible journey of J.K. Rowling, the woman who gave us the magical world of Harry Potter. From rock bottom, battling poverty, depression, and countless rejections, to becoming one of the world's most successful authors, Rowling's life is a powerful reminder that failure isn't the end. It's often the beginning of something extraordinary. If you're feeling stuck, doubting your dreams, or facing setbacks, this story is for you. Grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's explore how Jo Rowling turned her darkest days into a legacy that has inspired millions. Early life and the spark of imagination. Joanne Rowling was born on July 31, 1965 in Yate, England. From a young age, she was a dreamer and a storyteller. At just 6 years old, she wrote her first book, a story about a rabbit called Rabbit. Growing up, books were her escape. Her family loved reading, and young Jo was often lost in worlds of fantasy. She was bookish, with thick glasses and a vivid imagination, traits that would later inspire the character of Hermione Granger. But life wasn't always easy. Her mother's battle with multiple sclerosis cast a shadow over her childhood, and Jo faced bullying at school. Yet, these experiences fueled her empathy and creativity. After university, where she studied classics, Jo worked at Amnesty International, an experience that opened her eyes to human suffering and the power of imagination to drive change. Little did she know, the real magic was about to begin. The birth of Harry Potter and personal tragedy in 1990, at age 25, everything changed. On a delayed train from Manchester to London, the idea of Harry Potter, a young boy wizard with a lightning scar, fully formed in her mind. She started scribbling notes immediately. But joy turned to sorrow when just months later, her mother passed away from multiple sclerosis. Jo was devastated. She later said this loss deeply influenced the themes of grief and death in the Harry Potter books. Seeking a fresh start, Jo moved to Portugal to teach English. There she married, had a daughter named Jessica in 1993, but the marriage quickly became abusive and ended in divorce. Jo fled back to the UK with her baby and just a suitcase, including the first 3 chapters of Harry Potter. Now a single mother, Jo settled in Edinburgh, Scotland. She lived on welfare benefits, describing herself as poor as it is possible to be in modern Britain without being homeless. She battled severe clinical depression so deep that she contemplated suicide. The soul-sucking Dementors in Harry Potter, they were inspired by her own feelings of hopelessness, yet in her darkest moments Jo found solace in writing. Pushing her daughter's pram to cafes like the Elephant House and Nicholson's to keep warm since her flat had no heating, she wrote furiously while her baby slept. She finished the manuscript of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone in 1995, but the road ahead was brutal. Rejections and rock bottom. Jo sent her book to agents and publishers. Rejection after rejection piled up, 12 in total. Some said it was too long for children, others that children's books didn't sell big. One particularly harsh letter crushed her spirit. She feared she'd never get published. In her famous 2008 Harvard commencement speech, Jo reflected, "An exceptionally short-lived marriage had imploded and I was jobless, a lone parent, and as poor as it is possible to be. By every usual standard, I was the biggest failure I knew," but she refused to quit. She kept sending it out. The breakthrough and rise to stardom. Finally, in 1996, a small publisher called Bloomsbury took a chance, largely because the chairman's 8-year-old daughter loved the first chapters. They published it in 1997 as Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Sorcerer's Stone in the US. Under the name J.K. Rowling to appeal to young boys, the book exploded. Awards, rave reviews, and massive sales followed. The series grew to 7 books, selling over 600 million copies worldwide. Movies, theme parks, and a global phenomenon were born. Jo went from welfare to billionaire status, the first author to achieve that through books alone. Narrator. But success didn't erase her past, she used it to fuel her message. Lessons from failure. The Harvard speech. In her iconic Harvard speech, "The Fringe Benefits of Failure and the Importance of Imagination," Jo shared profound wisdom. Rock bottom became the solid foundation on which I rebuilt my life. She explained that failure stripped away the inessential, freeing her to pursue her true passion. Failure meant a stripping away of the inessential. "I stopped pretending to myself that I was anything other than what I was, and began to direct all my energy into finishing the only work that mattered to me." And on imagination. It allows us to empathize, to dream big, and to change the world. Jo also became a philanthropist, founding Lumos to help orphan children and donating millions to causes like multiple sclerosis research and poverty relief. J.K. Rowling's story proves that no matter how many times you're knocked down by loss, rejection, depression, or poverty, you can rise. Your dreams are worth fighting for, as Jo said. It is impossible to live without failing at something unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you fail by default. So what's your Harry Potter, that idea burning inside you? Don't give up. Write it, chase it, believe in it, even in the cafes of life with the world against you. Outro. Thank you for watching this deep dive into J.K. Rowling's inspiring journey. If this motivated you, drop a comment below. What's one setback you've overcome? Share your story, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more motivational biographies. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep persevering. You've got this.